Cool. So when it comes to setting up your strategic calendar, there's a lot of different options out there in the market. And I really don't care what Bill Gates is doing. I don't care what your best friend's doing because we don't know how well they're doing anyway or how it contributes. I don't care what your rich uncle's doing or your aunt and your mom and everybody else say that you should do. What I care about is being strategic. So let's talk about how we develop the calendar systems that we have. So I'm going to give you one example that is my calendar first. And so my calendar, I have two different types of meetings, 20-minute and 45 minutes. I like to give people options up front. I don't want to micromanage people. I don't want to control people. And I also want to see how well they'll do with respecting my time. Now, when you go into my form itself, I have a pretty simple form on the front end because I like to meet with different types of people. And most people don't want to book with me unless they have a pretty sincere interest. I'm not like some sought after person who everybody's going to book with. So in this case, I don't need to pre-qualify like crazy. You may have the desire to be like that, or you may think you're like that now, but if you're not, be careful because it can hurt your revenues. So there is one important required question that I do want to have, which is tell us about your business and main objectives. And because I typically meet with people on a recurring basis, I don't ask for the website. If I did, I wouldn't require it because that also helps me understand the quality of the lead. Let me move on beyond that to a different company. So I also worked with Video Power Marketing. When I was at Video Power Marketing, this was over 5 years ago now, they had 70,000 people per month coming to their website, new people per month coming to their website. They did not have the time to take phone calls. So they had a lot more questions on the front end. And here's what their form looks like these days. So first off, you got to watch a video by Jake. Once you watch the video and you get the chance to apply and you want to see how it works, check out their contact form. They got 8 form fields just in the first section. And they have 6 form fields that they actually ask you for before you're able to book. And they got a bunch of testimonial videos down here too. And they got their opt-in. There's a lot of cool stuff on here. But when it comes to applying to work with them, consider the fact that they have a ton of people trying to talk to them. You may feel like you have a ton of people, but odds are you're probably talking to a lot of the wrong people. You're also probably having the wrong conversations with the right people. And we'll work on that too, helping you understand how to move people from what you might call a bad prospect to a freaking great prospect that you just didn't know how to talk to in the past and get to buy from you. So with that said, back to the point, setting up your strategic calendar is a bit of a process. And we have 2 very simple ways of doing it, a short form and a long form. You're going to let our fulfillment specialist know which version you want to represent your brand, and we'll simply move forward with that. We can always set up a different calendar later, but let's try to get it right the first time so we're not moving too many parts in the beginning, and we know that both of them work just fine. Just know that the longer form, you're going to have more qualified leads. You're going to have less conversations. With the shorter form, you're going to have more conversations, and they'll be slightly less pre-qualified. That doesn't mean they're not quality leads. That just means that they're providing a little bit less information on the front end. But if you don't know what to do with that information anyway, there's really not a point in asking for the long form, because that can just end up in not going well for your prospects, because they are going to expect you to know what to do with that information, or they're going to at least expect you to know how to respond now that they've given you that information. So either route is fine. Let us know, but let's get your strategic calendar set up, because it's going to set you up to be a professional that people respect and say, well, this process I like so far, and the reminders make sense too. I'm enjoying this. I'm going to respect my conversation with this individual more. So have a fun time with your new calendar system, and welcome to the big leagues.